Density is a physical property of matter. It is the ratio of the mass of an object to its volume. Typically in science, we measure mass in grams and volume in milliliters. Sometimes we measure the mass in grams and the volumes in centimeters cubed. So our units for density are grams per milliliter or grams per centimeter cubed. So why do some objects float and other objects sink? The answer is density. In this diagram, the ping pong ball is floating on top because it is less dense than the lamp oil. The lamp oil is less dense than the rubbing alcohol, and the rubbing alcohol is less dense than the vegetable oil. All of these are less dense than water. In the dish soap, we see that we have a cherry tomato that's floating, and that's because the cherry tomato is less dense than the dish soap. All the way at the bottom of the container, we have a bolt. The bolt is the most dense material, and the most dense liquid is the honey. So if something is less dense, it floats, and if it is more dense, it sinks. Here is a thermal image of a house which demonstrates the effect temperature has on density. High temperatures result in a lower density. We can see that by the attic in this house, which shows in the thermal image that it has a higher temperature than the rest of the house. So the hot air is at the top of the house, meaning it is less dense. Colder temperatures cause the density to decrease. In the basement, we will find the lowest temperatures in the house, and we see that by the blue on the outside of the house near the foundation. So reducing temperatures increases the density, and increasing temperature decreases the density. Let's try to solve a practice problem. Find the density of ethanol if 80 centimeters cubed has a mass of 63.3 grams. Remember, our equation for density is mass divided by volume. In this problem, our mass is 63.3 grams, and our volume is 80.0 centimeters cubed. So we're going to take 63.3 and divide it by 80, and we get 0.791. Remember, to have a correct answer in chemistry, you must also include a unit. Our units here are grams per centimeters cubed. We can manipulate our density equation to solve for mass or for volume. Starting with density equals mass over volume, if our unknown was mass, then our answer would be found by taking density times volume. Also, if we wanted to find volume and we were given the density and the mass, then we would solve our problem by taking our mass divided by the density. Try to solve these two density problems. Pause the video, and after you've answered the questions, check your answers on the next slide. The answer to number 1 is 2.03 grams per milliliter, and the answer to number 2 is 0.124 grams per milliliter. If you did not get these answers correct, or if you have problems, please see Mrs. Benke.